Live from
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you. But I would go first, and you can take over from there. Well, good morning. This is the Potomac Curling Club for those who are paying attention and watching us live on YouTube. Where is my mouse? All right, there we go.
All right, live from the National Capital Curling Center, home of the Potomac Curling Club. It's the Embassy Row, Bonsfield. We are a stone's throw from the Capital Beltway. I'm Bo Dewar. I'm joined by Brazilian International Enrique Kempenich and manning the monitors today, Janine Green.
Don't blame me. It's all a new system.
So we're going to run.
And we also have Ken Clark right here. He is the designer and developer of this whole system, and he also installed the cameras, installed everything.
The mics and the programming and.
That's right, Ken Clark, the wizard of the webcast, and the man who tried to get me up on a ladder, and I got about halfway up and went, you know, Ken, I'm too overweight for this. Or at least that's the excuse I'm using, as opposed to, Ken, I am just...
afraid of heights.
Afraid of heights, yeah. So to quickly run through the teams we have on the ice right now, our feature game today is Eye of the Thai-ger from Philadelphia Curling Club. Since we have them up on the screen, I'll run through names. Did not get the... Not sure if I have the Leeds pronunciation right, Dave Stanach. I'm sure someone will correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. The second is Drew Sweeney, vice is Paul Baddeley, and then skip is Drew Neal. They are playing hit and egg roll, which is a split team between Centerville, Wisconsin, and Potomac, our home club here. They all are from Wisconsin, but Caitlin and Ian McQuistion, who are the second and skip, respectively, have moved to the DMV, and that's what we call DC metro area, for those who don't know. They are the second and skip, respectively. Heather Burton is the lead. Brent Burton is the vice. They are the ones who moved back to Wisconsin.
And that's just an amazing draw right behind that guard there.
That was
for the Eye of the Thai-ger.
Eye of the Thai-ger. And so that would have been Dave Stanach with that amazing draw. Sheet C, we'll just quickly run down the names of the clubs here. Sheet C has Keep Calm and Curry On from Butts County, facing Colonel Lewis Morgan Porter from they're split between Chicago and Racine Curling Clubs. Sheet D, if you're tuning in from Plainfield, that is your club. That is the Trollskull Alley Sliders. They are playing the Potomac team of Naksu Thai. Those are your teams, and a little later we'll make sure that you all know, if you're tuning in a little bit later, where your favorite team is, and let us know in the chat what you were watching. So what have we seen so far on this sheet, Enrique?
Yellow put the center guard very well, and then red tried the corner guard. I don't see a second red rock, but I think it's right behind the guard, right? Yeah, it's two guards in a row there. So they haven't been able to put their rock on the side in the house there, but we're watching yellow try to get another one behind that guard. Ended up as a guard up front. Red having hammer, yellow is trying to guard that rock that they already have in there right on the butt, or in front of the butt.
This one has some weight behind it.
Maybe gonna get the double there.
If it hits a little bit off nose.
I think it's crossing. No, that's pretty good for a double.
Oh, very nice. Are they both going to go out of play, or is that one still going to?
It's still going to stay in.
It's a biter there.
It might, yeah. Do we have an overhead view?
Hold on.
Testing Janine's multi-monitor. We have roughly 25 camera views available here.
Hold on. We have a little bit of replay.
Oh,
available.
That's right. We have the replay.
Now, again.
We'll have to start announcing when there's a replay, just so that you don't think you have suddenly drifted back in time. Okay, so from looking at that overhead from the house, it looks like it's not in play, but, you know, camera positions are not always perfect.
Yes, they are. Ken put them there.
Ken put them there, and Ken did an amazing job. These are all new electronics in here. We have made some upgrades in Potomac Curling Club since the unfortunate stuff that caused us to be shut down for about 1.5 years.
Yes.
So.
What, 3/4 of the folks caught it? Something like that.
Oh, at one event, yes.
Yeah.
At one event, most of the athletes caught it, and some of the volunteers like me.
And me.
And you.
And Bruce Black, I've had it really bad, so. But we're not going to talk about that. That's
Well,
the thing that shall not be named.
and Bruce Black is playing today on sheet D. He is the vice of the Potomac team Naksu Thai.
Okay.
All right, so on our feature game, we have attempt to draw around these guards.
All right, let me
Gotta
get you
get
the
that
house
sweeping
view.
in.
It's in.
It's in. It's the scoring rock, but it's also open for a hit there.
Yes, it is.
And that's the call for the Philadelphia team.
And and we are just starting vice rots now for Paul Badley to come in. So halfway through this first end.
Looks like it's curling too much. It's curling early.
Yeah, it's on the guard.
They're going to try to get if they had gotten a little more curl there, that might be an issue.
behind the
No,
tee.
it has enough power there to get out. Okay, good.
Yep.
It went
Okay.
out.
It did.
So not quite the disastrous result. In fact, it opens up, makes it a little bit easier to hit that red depending on what's called here. And they're calling for another one in the house.
Yeah, split the house, making it very, very hard to take both out. And that's Brent Burton's first rock. And Paul's wearing some amazing pants with the Mexican Day of the Dead pattern on them.
Oh,
That is impressive.
wonderful.
And of course, he is matched in his sartorial excellence over on sheet C. Let's see. I meant to
Ooh.
identify that person yesterday. Of course, we don't know who's
Who's who quite yet.
who's who over there.
But we will.
We will.
That was the one thing that was the Norwegian men who always wore these striking pants at the Olympics.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, and I believe the leader of that team has since retired.
Paul, that's Ulsrud.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Here we go. Is it going to hit?
Got
Yes,
the
it
wide up
will.
hit, a little bit of a roll. Is it?
It hangs on.
It hangs,
It's
okay.
still a biter.
It's the biter, and that is now shot rock, is it not?
Yep.
Yes.
I believe it is. So. Yes, on sheet C, you may see drifting in and out of the screen. We have someone who is matching our own Jimmy Fallon for skimpiest top, worn in play at Potomac Curling Club.
No, it is not the Jimmy Fallon who's on television.
No, this one's much funnier. I say that as a devoted Saturday Night Live fan who respects Jimmy Fallon, but also is mad that he cracked up in every sketch.
All right, let's see where this one ends up.
Hit the neck roll
Ooh.
with a nice draw to the forefoot, but it's very, very open for a hit there. Did not get the curl that they wanted.
Not quite. Okay. See what they're calling for.
I think the call would be a hit and roll to the right if they can.
Okay, as we said, this is the Potomac Curling Club, considered the National Capital Curling Center. Here in beautiful Laurel, Maryland.
Laurel-ish. It's a stone's throw from the Capitol Beltway.
Oh yes, you've heard that. Folks outside of DC have heard the phrase.
Am I the
The
only one who
DC
says that?
Beltway.
They
Oh,
got the
Beltway,
roll,
yes.
but went to the left there, which is sort of protected. I can still see it from here, and I'm right behind the hack. It's all open there.
Yeah.
It is. Okay.
First of the skip routes now for Ian McQuestion.
Looks like he's going for the draw.
Plenty of room to outcount that yellow.
But it does look light.
Yeah, it is light.
And wide. So even if it gets there, it's going to be open.
Yeah.
He does have hammer,
Ooh.
so
He
it's not
does.
so bad. Right now, that would be a measure.
Yes,
I
it
think yellow's closer, but that would be a measure.
right.
So a wide open hit to like 3. Plenty of shots to get that 1 with the hammer, but drawing against 3, or even hitting against 3, sometimes a little nerve-wracking. Well, it is for me because I'm terrible, but even at the advanced level, sometimes it makes people nervous. You may have heard the commentators on the other trials saying.
I'm saying nothing. Call me Schultz. All right, here we go. Okay, let's get the house view. And nicely done.
I thought that might jam a little bit on the yellow, but it just scooted by.
Yeah, paper thin there. Now they have hammer. They're drawing or hitting against 3, maybe 4.
And the unfortunate thing is that the easiest stone for them to hit would not give them shot rock if they hit it.
I think they're looking at that one on the side there to hit that and roll to the center.
So, do we have a house view?
There's your house view.
There's our house view.
Now, the
and
bottom left, it may or may not, because the camera's not directly above it. So that may or may not be a counter.
they might actually need to roll a little bit after hitting the
they
yellow
have to hit it
stencil.
on the inside and roll towards the 4-foot circle.
Right.
All right.
It doesn't even have to touch the 4 foot, but it has to be a little farther in the 8 than that yellow that's on the top of the house.
The call is for a lightweight hit there. Probably control.
Either that or just a simple draw to the house. Get a force of 1. Or be, well, whatever. Y'all know what I mean.
Yeah, it's a draw. The weight is draw, which is a little bit
and
light for what they wanted.
This
there.
is far lighter. This is
No,
barely
it's
over
not
the
even
hog line.
draw. Yeah, that was
No.
guard weight.
All right, so they're going to look at that one to see if they're taking a look at it to see if this is 3 or 4. And this will be a steal.
Yeah. Oh my.
Yeah, in this case, I would have gone with a medium weight hit there, because then all you have to worry about is the line. You don't have to worry about the weight.
True.
Right.
Maybe
On
they
this-
were trying to draw between the yellow and that guard and try to go to the right side of the house, but it's always hard in the first end because you don't know what the weight is like.
Or the ice. You got to get used to the ice. Okay, they've decided we're going to.
They haven't moved that one yet.
No, they haven't moved. Yeah, so they're going to take. They're going
get the
to.
biter bar.
They're going to bring out the equipment.
Oh, this is called.
Moved.
Oh,
Okay.
I guess not. Just.
Oh, okay.
All right.
There they finally decided, and we'll see what they decided when they post the score. And they are being nice and updating the scoreboard, which we as webcasters like. Sometimes people don't do that. They have put a 4 on the board.
Ooh.
Big steal of 4. By the way, both of these teams coming into this game at 1-1 in our standings. These are 2 pools of 5, each playing a 4-team round robin, which is nice. Everybody gets 4 games. And then the top team in each pool will play in the A event. Second place in each pool plays in the B. Third place C, and so forth. So a little bit easier to follow than some of the some of the A, B, C event, triple, double elimination drop into this bracket tournaments that you sometimes have. This is fairly simple.
It's us.
Both teams have played. We're here for the pad Thai, hit and egg roll. The Centerville Potomac team beat that team. I, the Thai-ger, lost. So you would think based on that form that maybe hit and egg roll would be the favorites here, but they're the ones who just gave up the steal 4. This is an unpredictable sport. So.
Oops. Terrible. Sorry.
Now speaking of the nice pants we have there, Enrique, you all played Mexico, didn't you?
We did. We played 2 games against Mexico in the Americas Challenge, and we won both of them. They are really nice guys. One of them plays in the GNCC. He plays at Rochester.
Okay.
And that's Chris Barajas. And the rest of the team, one I think he's from Phoenix, one from San Francisco, and I think the other one plays in Vancouver now, but he used to play in Seattle.
Now, do you know if they have many clubs in Mexico itself?
They do not have any club. They do not have any clubs in Mexico. No, all the Mexican players play outside of the country.
It is remarkable to see the growth. If you look at mixed doubles in particular, where you only need 2 players.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy, this
must have picked on something.
It's still drifting out there.
Ooh, it's still staying in. Oh, now it's curling out. Would you believe?
No, it's
a lot of weight that it ended up hitting that
it'll end up
leftover guard there.
It'll end up in play.
Okie dokie.
So if another stone hits that one and then another stone, he may have one in the house.
Perhaps.
All right.
Back to the hack.
Sweepers motioning this one to stay to their left, our right. I don't think that's going to happen. At least not without losing all its momentum.
And now you've got 2 right beside each other.
Ian's call is to hit the one that's closer to the center there.
There we go.
Or a simple draw close to the house behind those 2 yellows.
Yeah, the broom is far out there, so that would be either a low weight hit or like just a heavy draw with backing.
All right, we have a little bit of sweeping going on, and
it's a freeze.
In a moment.
It's an attempt at the freeze, but it didn't have enough energy to get to it. But it's a rock in the house.
Yeah. I think it would, looking from this angle, it looks 3rd.
Give me a little less rotation.
All right, sorry for the delay. Back to the hack. We go. All right, looks like we have some scores on the other sheets. It looks like Colonel Lewis Morgan Porter scored 1 against Keep Calm and Curry On. And on sheet D, the Trollskull Alley Sliders also have a 1 versus Naksu Thai.
And for those tuning in from afar, if you're tuning in from Plainfield, Trollskull Alley Sliders is your team.
So yay!
Natsutai is from Potomac. On sheet C, Keep Calm and Curry On is from Butts County. And Colonel Lewis Morgan Porter is from Chicago, and Racine, 2 places relatively close to each other.
That was a nice shot, just a little bit of too much of a roll, leaving it partially open in the back there.
Let's replay that real quick. Again, this is a replay. So hopefully you can see what occurred. There you go. Took one of their own. And it's not quite. Not quite. Okay.
Drew Neal calling for a hit there, but it looks like the rock was a little bit narrow because it called for sweeping very early, and it's certainly going to hit some of those guards there. Or not the guards, the biter there. Ended up taking one of his out and ended up protecting the red that's in the house.
Yeah. And that one that was just played, I believe, is still outside the house. So they had
Yes, it is.
2 in the 12-foot and now just 1.
You are correct, sir.
All right.
And for those that are curious, yes, indeed, everyone here is wearing their mask, vaccinated or not. It matters not. The masks are on.
Which makes things interesting if you wear glasses like I do, and you have to find creative ways to keep your glasses from fogging up.
Ditto.
I've been taking my glasses off to play because I can't see as well with the glasses on. And I can still get the direction more or less right. Even though I've been losing a lot of games, I don't know why.
I sometimes take my glasses off to look down and then put them on for a quick view down the ice, and then align myself, and then my glasses start to fog up. My teammates look at me and say, "Can you see?" I say, "I've already lined myself up. I as long as I don't change direction now, okay." My biggest problem is that I do not yet have my ice lights back, and I had an unfortunate fall. Was not hurt, but cost our team the game.
Oh, that was so close.
Oh boy, yeah. It's 2 in a row that have been not far from what they wanted, but then an unfortunate result.
Excuse me. Here we go. They're not sweeping yet. Oh, of course now they are. As soon as I say it.
So they're taking aim at the yellow that's in the, I think this is going to roll too much for them though. Yeah.
Managed to take it out at least. They are well positioned for 2 points here. Unless yellow can manage to get that run back right.
And that
it's not an easy run back because there's that other yellow in the back, so the red could just go and hit the other yellow.
And the red back in the back corner, at which we marveled remaining in play, is still there. It avoided being taken out in that last shot.
All right, here we go. Back to the hack.
Stranger things have happened than for a stone like that to end up being a factor.
Ah, I notice we have a stick curler over on sheet C.
We do indeed. That is, I believe he is from the Chicago Racing team.
And for those who are new to curling, that is perfectly legal.
That was a beautiful double on sheet C.
Oh,
It really was.
All right, here we go. All right. Looks like the shooter may be out. But it's only one red.
So yeah, on sheet B, yeah, it is one red, but it is fairly well buried. Hit and Egg Roll is looking at ways to get a second one in there. There's a draw path. What would you do here, Enrique?
As a red, I would probably try to draw behind that yellow The other thing that you could do is to hit that yellow and roll behind that line of yellow, red, yellow. But there's a danger that that yellow will go straight into the red that's almost out there.
Yeah, again, that back corner red could end. Again, stranger things have happened than to have that red affect the end. Looks to me from where the broom's set up, they're going for that hit.
Strategy is also dependent upon how each curler knows each other's ability, what they're able to do, what they're best at, what they're not so best at.
Yeah, when I played in the big steel, Michael Dobbs would call these shots for me as lead, and I strategically didn't understand them at all, but he said, no, it fits what you're doing. Okay, it worked. I don't really know why, but it did. I think this is going outside of where they want.
This is
Yes.
drawing.
Oh, here we go, here we go. Switching to the overhead. Ooh,
Out it goes.
yeah. That was unfortunate.
Yep. Oh, one more shot for each team.
I'm loving those pants. More people need to wear funky pants.
There's a tactic that I saw in the U.S. Olympic trials that I had not seen. I suppose it's not too uncommon, where someone would have the lead rods played to a back quadrant. So beyond the tee line, which would sort of go against some conventional wisdom.
Yeah, usually what you say is control the front. The back rocks don't count as much.
Right.
They're sweeping hard at this one.
They want to freeze, corner freeze on that red there, but it's not curling enough, and it's not enough weight to outcount the red.
In fact, now, is that a simple hit for two?
A nose hit and stick would score 2 for red here.
Yeah, that actually may have made things a little bit easier for red. Depending on how confident you are in your hits as opposed to your draws.
They've been having trouble with their line on the hits there. Either over curls or under curls.
Last stone, second end,
There you go.
is from Ian McQuistion for the Centerville Potomac team. Hit an egg roll there, down 4-0 after giving up a big steal in the first end. Can he hit for two here? It looks pretty good. Looks good.
Exactly what he called for.
Right on the nose, so to speak.
Bravo.
Taking 2 and reducing the lead from 4 to 2.
Nice job.
Certainly did what they needed to do. You're not going to get back 4 in one end, barring a mistake from someone else, but you just have to keep plugging away and getting, if you can trade 2 for 1 after a few ends, and before you know it, you're right back where you need to be. That is also the first of our games that has completed the second end. We are at skip rots on sheets C and D. I'm always fascinated by lead strategy here, so we can hear the call for hidden egg roll, having just made a shot to have the lead. Was the call for a center guard?
I believe it was, but it's a little bit heavy.
No, it was a call to the house. See, just went a
Okay.
little bit over, that's all. Yeah, but unfortunately it is wide open.
Sweepers on this one right away. The broom was quite far out to the side of the house, so I wouldn't have expected takeout way here, maybe trying to lock onto that red that's in there.
And freeze on it.
Or a
Switching
gentle
to the
tap.
house.
And a lightweight hit
Ooh.
to take out there.
Yeah.
Well, nope, out of play.
Maybe a hair more weight than they wanted.
Yellow's good strategy now is to try to score 2 here. So mostly keeping the house clear. No guards, that's good for yellow. And of course red is trying to freeze to that yellow to make that hit out impossible.
It's the house view.
It's a little bit more weight than they needed. Oh no, that's a perfect freeze, very nice.
Yeah, separated by maybe a quarter of a rock width. And that's quite good. That's going to be, I would say, not impossible to remove without taking the yellow out.
They got to hit it on the quarter there. Well, one option is to nose it and then you keep your shooter. The other option is to hit it at the quarter and then you lose the shooter, but you keep the one in the back.
Remove the backing. If this early in the end, not the worst result now. Now you've removed that backing. The red is exposed.
We don't have any updates on sheet C as in Charlie or D as in Delta yet, but as soon as we do, we will update you as
Sheet
well.
C just completed the second end. Sheet D still has a couple more rots left. They're playing at a slower pace.
Which is fine. This is not an official tournament where we have clocks.
There is a 1 hour 45 minute limit, although when you hit that limit, 1 hour 55, I'm sorry, after the beginning of your game. But then when that timer hits, you finish your current end. And the tiebreaker, but in case this comes into effect, is a draw to the button. These are scheduled for 8 end games, so generally teams can get in all 8 ends before that timer hits. We do have a score update on C. It looks like a steal of 2.
For Morgan Porter?
Correct.
Okie dokie. All right, here we come. All right, let's look at the overhead view. Ooh. All right, moved theirs over and took the red out.
Well, if you want a clear house, that helps.
Yeah, got 1 yellow, 1 red out, and left 1 yellow there. That's good for them.
Judging by where the broom is, this is not an up-weight hit.
I think it's an attempt to freeze.
Slowing down. Here we go, overhead view.
It didn't curl enough, so they stopped sweeping there. Better to leave it there.
I've just noticed that our second here for Eye of the Tiger, I believe, Paul Badley is wearing a shirt that says Sweep Fighter, looking very much like the Street Fighter video game. It's quite impressive. I'll have to inquire about that t-shirt.
You know, you can find almost everything on Amazon anymore.
I found the shirt, or Etsy, which is where I've got many of my masks. And that,
Cleared the house.
cleared the house
That was a great shot.
very nicely. Do we have a replay?
In a moment.
All right.
Noticed if I go back 10 seconds, it's not quite long enough.
It was the t-shirt. It was all about the t-shirt. Brent Burton with the first of the Vice Rots here for hit and egg roll.
Oh, good Lord, where is it? Okay, there it is. Sorry.
Shot went into an electronic void momentarily, but is setting up to be a guard of their rock in the house.
Yes, I guess that wasn't such a great. I thought it was a double, but they ended up taking theirs out and one of the opponent's rocks.
A reverse double. On sheet D, I believe the end has finished with 14 rocks in play.
Oh, good Lord.
There's a great wall in front.
Indeed there is. No wonder that end took a while. And that is a flat-out miss on our feature sheet, unfortunately.
Yes, it was. That was unfortunate.
So hit and egg roll appearing to be in business. Oh, and we have a measurement among two of those 14 rocks.
Well, do you want to see that?
Well, no, because now all the other rocks are gone. So yeah, the fun part is gone now. Just the measurement. So
All right.
so we'll stick with our feature sheet here and see what hit and egg roll can do. This is the second of their Vice Rots.
And yes, I did switch you to D for a moment there.
The lefty, Brent Burton.
Okay, he's just a moment. He'll come on screen.
Gotta wait for that to curl back.
Yeah.
Still can't see it.
I think he's trying to get 3 lined up here, or somewhat staggered. It's
Did not curl enough.
no.
It adds a little bit of protection of the shot rock.
Yeah, they're probably gonna try to go for the double there. Just
Right.
a little bit off center to the right would give them the double. Nose will not give the double. There's no line up directly there.
Yeah, nose would just send the red scooting through the house. It would still leave a red shot rock.
It's a little bit outside there. They're waiting for the curl back. Might not get to curl now.
I'm switching to the house overhead. Got one.
Right, got to the stayed on the outside of that one, sent scooting through the other direction from what we're thinking would also be a possible outcome.
All right, I just put up all the scoreboards so folks can see what's happening on sheet Charlie and Delta.
Yeah, well, we don't have the update yet from sheet D. I'm glad that Tim Leroy is here to bring me some Scrapple.
Oh, do we have Scrapple today? Oh, no.
And Tim is wearing the "This Guy Can Be Bribed with Scrapple." If you want to come out to our Saturday morning breakfast extravaganza, we sometimes have Scrapple, depending on who does the grocery shopping. I tend to pick it up. I am one of the troika in charge of that event. It is a wonderful event. If you are interested in coming out as a guest to Potomac, that is your chance, but sign up quickly because those slots sometimes disappear in 5 minutes.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you sign up 10 days ahead of time, as in 2 Wednesdays before the Saturday event.
Correct. So the December 4th sign-up will be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Sign up before 8:05 Eastern if you want to guarantee yourself a slot as a guest. Member slots tend to
Also,
fill up, but not quite as quickly.
yeah,
So,
they take 8 minutes.
so Enrique, do you go for the double again here?
That has to be the shot. The missed double still takes one out.
I don't know. Tough end. Early would shoot early.
The other shot would be to hit that guard, but that leaves 2 in the house, a possibility of 3 for red.
Right, and this double is really the best way to get at that shot rock right now.
You could still get around it on the left side and draw to it, but I think that's a better. This is a better
Overhead.
shot. Oh, it's
Yeah, this is going to nose, it looks like. And a slight roll, but not enough to
Not
be.
enough.
Okay.
Okay.
now red can come on the outside or come on the right side and go behind the yellow, or go on the left side and put it between the 2 reds.
Or freeze to the back one.
Yep.
Or nudge the first one in. Who knows? Oh, they're talking
If it curls
strategy.
early, yeah.
Yeah. And the folks on the ice are starting to get to know, what the ice is doing.
Very quick update from sheet D. That was after 14 rods in play. It was a steal of 1 for Trollskull Alley Sliders from Plainfield.
Okay. And yes, at this moment in time, sheet A as an alpha is dormant, shall we say? There's no one on.
Sheet A, sometimes the trickiest sheet to play on in this club, particularly if it's warm outside, because
Closer to
it
the
is
side of the building.
closer to the outside. If you're here in September when it's 80 degrees outside, sheet A can be a little bit unpredictable.
Okay, and just for a quick moment, Enrique, I'm going to go back to the Scrapple discussion.
Well, can we wait till after
Oh,
we see
absolutely.
this shot come in?
Absolutely.
Draw attempt on the left side. Tried to go around the guard and get close to the other red. It's curling early, so it might
is.
just end up splitting the guards there.
Yeah. They might dink one into
No,
there. Yeah,
Well-
It's
okay.
a biter situation, but that doesn't change much.
doesn't
So
change.
we have the hammer for yellow. And they'll have to decide if they want to promote that yellow in or if they want to draw on the outside.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of space there that they can draw and still score.
Well, if they promote, is there a chance that they get 2?
If it's a promote takeout, yeah, they could
Yeah.
definitely get 2, but you have to line it up perfectly, and
Right.
they've been having trouble with the line lately.
Right. So you have to hit it off nose and still stick in the house.
Can we go back to Scrapple?
After after this shot. Once we get on the lead stones, we can go back to Scrapple. But no, this is interesting finish to an end that could continue the fight back for hit and egg roll. Certainly a potential for a steal here.
He decided to go with the draw on the right side. I would have gone with the draw on the left, but I guess he was a little afraid of the over curl that he's not getting. He's not getting enough curl.
This has to curl a lot to outcount that red. It doesn't look like it from here.
No.
No, it's the one red. A steal again.
Steal of 1. So after falling behind 4-0 on a steal in the first end, our team from Centerville/Potomac, and that's Centerville, Wisconsin, not Centerville, Virginia. There's not a club in Centerville, Virginia, to my knowledge. If there were, it'd be a lot closer to where I live than here. But yeah, they have come back to 4-3. Okay, so about that Scrapple.
How about that Scrapple for the Saturday morning breakfast extravaganza? The Scrapple used to be deep fried, which is, as we all know, not quite healthy. We have since changed that as of last year. It is now fried. So there's a lot less grease for those, what's the word I want?
That's preposterous.
Willing to try. For those brave souls willing to try Scrapple in case, this is a go. All right, went farther than I thought it would. Anyway, it's one of those things you have to try it once. And then if you don't like it, don't try it again.
Drew calling for, I believe it would be a corner guard, but might be house weight. Yeah, it's certainly house weight.
Ooh, maybe too much.
I guess that's what he wanted. He wants to bring Ian into a hit game.
Yeah. That back corner one that we were talking about earlier. So to finish up on Scrapple, my mom's family has lived on the eastern shore of Maryland for a few centuries now, so I actually feel compelled to have the Scrapple ones here.
And I grew up in Lancaster County, so Scrapple was no big deal. We It was just a normal breakfast food.
What is scrapple?
It is made of the scraps after, honestly, the scraps after the hog is butchered. So because of that, some folks choose not to try it, but
Oh, okay.
as in it's, let's say,
Vaguely sausage-ish.
yes.
And of course, so is haggis. It's just that haggis, for some reason, they delight in telling you exactly what is in it.
Yes, so you can consider scrapple the Americanized version, so to speak, because it's much less gross. Oh, and we did have what Embassy Row 2 years ago was Scotland, wasn't it? Where we had haggis, but it was not official haggis from Scotland because we learned it was not permitted to be imported.
Because of the lungs?
Yeah, so we had American version of that.
Yeah, I turned around to verify that with Christina Leslie, one of our organizers of this, and also also part of the championship team of the 2020 Big Spiel, led by boyfriend Michael Dobbs, and featuring the stellar lead play, by which I mean I probably would have been scored at about 40% of yours truly. I'm undefeated in Bondsfields because of that. Even though Christine and Michael were out here in a Sunday league game, I spared for them. Slipped on the ice, burned a rock that was headed toward an easy takeout against 3.
And to interrupt you, Bo, that last stone, unfortunately for the red team, was a hogged stone.
Right. So I can relate to stones that are taken out of play. People kept asking me, am I okay after that fall? And I said, well, I bruised my ego, but aside from that, I'm fine.
Ooh,
Oh,
went
that
right
just gets past the guard.
Will it stay? Will it stick? Will it keep biting? And no.
Now, now, why would they have wanted to rub that guard, just to slow it down? That can't have been their original plan, would it have been?
Yeah, probably stayed out there, and then with the wick there, maybe lose some energy and stay in the house. And or go behind the guard.
Set up a couple of corner guards out there.
Okay, I'm going to switch it to the overhead view.
Sheet C has completed the third end, but we do not have a score update from them yet. Sheet D considerably farther behind after that end with 14 rocks in play.
Oh my gosh.
I think they had to consult a couple of geometry textbooks and physics textbooks to decide what to throw and skip rocks there. Oh, I think there might be a score. Yes, oh, I'm sorry, they have posted. That would be 2 for yellow in the third end on sheet C. So 2 for keep calm and carry on. So that is now 3-2 score. On our feature sheet, fairly routine takeout, a little bit of a roll.
Sorry about that, folks. I was updating the score.
Still up in there.
Yep.
Still sitting 2 for Eye of the Thai-ger.
And if you watch the Canadian Olympic trials that have just started, I'm sure they would say, oh, that leaves a routine double, because they think everything is a routine double or triple. Yeah, Enrique, if you were playing Brendan Botcher right now, would Botcher be trying to get rid of both of those yellows?
His call would be to get the double. Or at least the hit and a perfect roll behind the guard. Which I think that's the call here, but that's not really enough.
No.
Enough to take it out. Almost got the double there.
It's out of play. But, I mean, it's still in play, but not scoring.
Nope, it's out of play.
Oh, it did go all the way then?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
So.
Why do you listen to me?
So accomplished half of the goal there, and the most important half. And the man with the most colorful pants here is delivering for Eye of the Thai-ger from Philadelphia.
Although the gentleman on sheet C has a really cute jacket he was wearing. Asking what time is it, and then of course it said it's margarita time. All right, switching to the overhead.
It's always margarita o'clock somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So on our feature game, that rock got into the house, but they surely wanted to bury it more.
Yeah, it is not.
They're going for the draw, but they could have gone for the routine double, right?
The routine double, that's right.
But we're not in Canada, so.
That's right. I often tell people when they come out on Saturday, on Saturdays, if you're new to curling, you can get some instruction from either someone who really knows what he's doing, like Howard Griffin, or someone who delivers bad jokes like me. And I often say that there are people, we have a name for people who try shots like that. They're called Canadians.
Yeah,
A little bit heavy for the draw here.
Yeah, it's not going to hang around to be shot, it looks like.
No,
not
it's
even going to hang around the house. Or will it? Nope, out of
It's
play.
out. Wow.
That gives yellow with hammer a chance to put 3 rocks in the house. A draw behind the yellow that's up front on the 12-foot circle.
Out of curiosity, Enrique, how many years have you curled?
I've curled for 18 years.
Wow.
I started in 2002, just after the facility opened.
I just know that I'll never want to be on a team opposite you. There you go.
No, I'm not good either.
I'm not even curling this season. Up, bump the good. Let's look
Get
at
the
the
biter,
overhead.
get the biter, and it's a good biter.
Got the biter. Very nicely done.
And takes out the routine double there.
Oh, the routine double. Well, is it a routine triple now?
No.
Good Lord.
Not even if you're Brendan Botcher.
No.
I don't know.
You can get rid of the 2 up front, but you're not going to get to the back one.
How about if you were the gentleman from Norway?
Yeah.
Cannot
I
be-
remember a few years ago they posted a photo of while they were practicing, they broke a rock.
Oh my
They threw
goodness.
so hard that the rock split in half.
The Norwegian team?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh my word. Good Lord, what kind of pressure did he put behind that stone?
Now, if that happens during the game, the rule states that the rock is replaced with another one where the largest piece ended.
Oh. Hey, little nice factoid you can quiz your friends on, because I definitely did not know that. Thank you, Enrique.
I did read through some of that recently. Some of the Arcania can be interesting because I am, as one of my other many jobs, a soccer referee. In fact, I have 2 games tomorrow. And sometimes you have quizzes that come up with scenarios like if a dog runs onto the field as the reserve goalkeeper runs out and punches a player from the other team and the ball bursts, who gets the restart?
I see that you read You're the Ref comic strip from England.
I have not. I will need to check that out.
Because that's the kind of scenarios that they put up there.
Oh.
I don't know if they still have that strip, but they used to have that. And then the week after, they would select the responses that were closer to being correct.
There's a referee from the Netherlands who puts up quizzes each week, and often there are 2 or 3 that you really should get, and 2 or 3 that you wonder how they would ever possibly come up.
A broken stone.
Not often.
No.
Of
Good
course,
Lord.
in curling, you can actually stop and consult the rules if that happens. So the
A good hit there, but
nearly
not enough
routine
energy
double.
to get the yellow out.
1.5.
yeah,
So it's a 1.5-able.
1.5-able, yeah, and of course now both yellow rods behind the tee line.
Neither of them guarded.
Yeah, so probably one of the best possible outcomes from that shot. Our red team here hit an egg roll stole in the last end to cut to 4-3.
Look at all the scores presently.
Well, on sheet D, we have another end where nearly every rock that's been thrown is in play.
Are you kidding me?
And it looks like half of them in this case are in the house.
All right, we'll switch over to that in a moment.
Yeah, but let's see this rock come. I guess, are they just trying to draw
They're drawing. They're
under
trying
guard?
to draw in front of the other yellow, I guess. So it's heavy. It's going to come to the other yellow.
All right.
Yeah, sweepers are waving goodbye to it.
It's a very good shot.
It is, yeah.
Ooh, but that is definitely a possible double there, isn't it, guys?
Oh, the double is not hard there.
Yeah.
Okay.
The question is, what do you do with your red? Because if you leave it open, then it's an easy hit for 2 for yellow. So he's looking at the draw there that would put him behind the guard, then much harder to hit.
Okay.
Now, if that draw isn't perfectly behind, then he's exposed, and it's an easy score for 4.
Okay. I could not get onto the house for D. They had already cleared it. So
Oh, and yellow wound up scoring 3 there.
on sheet
So 3
D.
for Natsu Tai.
All right.
So on our feature sheet here, this is an issue now for Ian McQuistion from Potomac for hitting egg roll.
He's going to go for that draw behind the red. Oh, he's looking for a different way to get there, but it's still the same objective.
Yeah. 'Cause, yeah, if he were to take the double, if he could remove both those yellows, then even if his red either spills out or is an easy hit, then he's only giving up 2. If he messes this up, this is, as you say, a hit for 4. Or a draw for 4 if it completely whiffs.
Yeah, if it misses everything and goes through the house, and it seems to be a little bit on the heavy side. I don't know. They're sweeping.
Did he change his mind and go and try to get the takeout at the end, or is
All
this?
right. Let me get overhead. Sorry.
Oh dear. No, this is
Uh-oh.
going to whiff. And this is
Indeed.
going to be an open draw for 4. Just needs to touch paint.
Oh my. Well, they scored 4 in the first, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah, it's a shame because it undoes, the good work they've done in ends 2 and 3 to get back after
that
giving
hit-
up 4 without, giving up a steal of 4 in the first end.
The weight seems good to get. Well, you have the whole house. You have 12 feet to play with.
You have plenty of backing. You can bump into one of your own yellows and have it stop dead.
okay.
As long as it's past the guard, which it is.
Just
Yeah, should be.
See where
Yeah,
it
that's going to
stops.
stop just fine. That's going to stop on the edge of the 4-foot.
And 4 points for
Yep.
yellow.
Sometimes people just show off, and when you just need to touch, I think John Schuster did that a couple of times this week where he needed just to touch paint and he put it right on the button, just showing off.
Well, the button is the safest place to put it if you need it anywhere in the house, right?
Yeah.
You go for
Right.
a button if you're a little bit heavy.
Oh,
you're a
sure,
little bit
but this is
behind. Yeah.
with hammer. Yeah, yeah. Touch paint for your final shot. You put it on the. Of course, you don't want to fall into bad habits, so I mean, I guess it makes sense just to do the best you can on every shot, even if you don't need much. So if you're yellow now, up 8-4, do you start putting
8-3. Sorry.
8-3? You're right. Do we start putting these rods into the house and try to make red chase the game, or do you throw up a center guard here?
I don't know if the call here was for a guard, but they did get the guard at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Or even through the house and keep the house clear.
True.
Ian calling for a corner guard there to start to have more places to put his rocks now that he needs a few multiples to get back in the game.
Mm-hmm. And it's drifting right.
And these are, as we'll repeat, 8-end games. Boy, that's taken off at about a 45-degree angle, hasn't it?
Yeah, something.
That
I get a lot of that when I call for my leads to throw that shot. I try to avoid that shot just because of that, because depending on how the person throws, it just catches and just keeps drifting off to the side. It's very hard to get a good lead shot when you're trying to get that shot.
Okay, it should be entering the, there it is, entering the frame. And I'm gonna hold off, and now switch to the house camera. Back 8,
Back 12.
back 12. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, he's putting the broom 1 foot off the center line to try to get that corner guard. Heather even threw a little bit more on the opposite, on that side. Let's see if it comes back and crosses the center. It really takes off after it crosses the center line.
So now making that right turn at Albuquerque. Oh, and just noticed that we actually have 2 members of this team wearing these Sweep Fighter shirts because Mr. Badley has taken off his jacket, and so now you can see those. You can see Mr. Badley wearing both the Street Fighter shirt and the, is that the, you described those pants earlier. What is that? That's the
Mexican Day of the Dead
Day of the
skulls.
Dead. Right.
Are they called candy skulls?
Yeah, I don't know what they're called.
Oh, I've heard some people refer to them, especially if the picture of the skull is all bejeweled, you know, bedazzled.
A
And
nice
that-
hit to
yeah.
take that red out
Yeah,
and
nicely
keep it
done.
clean. Yellow tried to control the game, has 1 in the house, 2 guards, covering most of the center.
So far, not setting up well for the high crooked number that that Hidden Egg Roll would need to put up in this end. Because now you're to the point where you really can't just chip away at it. You have to start putting up some big numbers.
And that's way outside there. Never going to come back.
Yeah, flirted with
Wow,
the
it is
sideline.
coming back. Look at that. But it's light, so it's going to be a guard.
Yes.
When it goes so far outside, there's a lot of frost on the ice where the rocks don't usually slide, so they slow down a lot quicker than they would when you throw near the center line. Now yellow being aggressive, even though they are leading by 5 points. Trying to put rocks in the house and maybe finish early and go outside and have some drinks.
Absolutely.
We will have to warn the bartending staff that people may be coming in pretty soon.
Oh, well, let's not call it too soon.
No.
No, I hope that red comes back and
Oh,
starts
yeah.
getting some multiples there, 2s, 3s, and comes back. But
All
right
here's the
now,
house.
yellow is dominating this end also.
Uh-oh. Right
Too
on
heavy.
through.
Through the house.
Too heavy.
All right.
And it's
Call.
always a dilemma. You're tempted to start taking out guards, but if you have to get lots of points, the guards can serve you as well. Even though they're yellow guards, they can serve red.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like that's what they're doing here. Trying to draw around the yellow guards.
Gotta sweep that. Gotta sweep hard. Avoid having it curl into that yellow. And they're keeping it out there.
Yeah, they are. Now, how much weight is this going to have?
This is gonna be a very good shot.
Here's the house view. Very nicely done.
Oh, indeed.
It's on the button.
Oh, it sure is.
And it's right behind a yellow guard.
Well,
so
you can
what do you know?
see half of it or a third.
Yeah.
Enrique right behind the hack. So how much do you see, Enrique?
I can see maybe a 1/5 of it.
Okay.
I think that they're trying to run the yellow into it. I would try to run the yellow into it.
I think you're more confident in your run backs than I am. But you
He
also
might get
have.
a piece of it, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just staying out there.
Oh,
Hold
well,
on.
Is it? Got it.
Yeah, got a good takeout.
goodness.
That's a great shot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because there was
Very
no
good.
way that yellow was going to stick from that angle. So if you were scoring at home, that would be 100%. Of course, you were scoring at home, get a life and just enjoy yourself.
Oh, stop. All right, that was an attempt at the replay. But the 10-second replay is more like 3. We'll have to talk to Ken. Ooh.
Well, you don't want to trigger that Futurama episode where time just starts slipping rapidly into the future.
Nor do we want this to turn into a Doctor Who episode.
Especially not the modern ones where it became more of a soap opera.
Oh.
So, Vice Brent Burton, again trying to get behind that guard. This is going to be like...
Carter! No, they got to the guard.
And they tick the guard into the house.
For the other team.
So yellow now
Sits.
with 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just get the feeling it's not your morning. And we have a third Sweet Fighter shirt. So I guess as they are shedding their layers, they are all, except for their skip, because of course the skip doesn't have to sweep. Which is why I enjoy playing on Saturday mornings when we have a lot of beginners and I get to be skip and I don't have to sweep, and therefore do not skid on the ice and cost my team the game.
And you don't have to reset the rocks after each end either.
That's right.
You just run to the other side.
Yeah. You just have to throw difficult shots. Of course, when you're playing with beginners, everything looks difficult, and so you hit another rock and they think you're amazing.
Now, the attempt is to take out that red and avoid the running and jamming into the yellow in the back.
This might, no, it hit.
Took the red out.
Took the red out, which was the objective.
Yeah.
Like Visine, it just took the red out. I know, tough crowd. Tough crowd. Hey.
Well, I did catch the Hogan's Heroes reference earlier.
Yeah, the Schultz.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you this, but that's one that I love watching almost every day. It's on the Sundance channel, in case anybody cares. And I do DVR it and then watch it in the evening.
Starring the great gentleman Werner Klemperer, who I believe finally passed away at a ripe old age.
I don't know. I always marvel at the way he's able to keep a straight face.
We will not talk about how Bob Crane died.
No, let's not.
So the draw again. Let's get it around the yellow guard.
Hold on.
They got the line there.
They've got the line.
Nice.
Where's it going to sit?
That's the point that I always like to sweep very hard near the end to get it to touch behind, because half of that rock is open.
Right.
And they already got that shot right once.
Yes, they did.
So now aiming at half the rock this time from where you're sitting?
Yeah, but the broom is pretty far out, so it's going to be a low weight hit there. Yeah, confirming if you heard that he wants to go with hack weight.
Right. Because there certainly is a likelihood that this could jam on the yellow that's in the back. Yellow in the back is not yellow's friend right now. I think they wouldn't mind if they ended up getting that one out of play as well.
Not coming back.
This isn't coming back.
No, it's not. All right, let's look at the house view. Uh-oh.
All right.
Yeah, just through there.
Well, now
Now you freeze that, yeah, that's what you go for.
yeah, could we be talking about a multiple here for the red team from Centerville, Potomac, which could certainly use one at this point. Of course, they did score multiples with their second crack at the hammer in the second end.
Red has 2 more rocks to throw, yellow has only 1. So if you put it, you have to go for the desperation shot there and put another one in the house.
And just be confident.
Perfect weight, perfect line.
I can do this. You just say it. Say it out loud and it'll happen. Now, you were talking about soccer earlier today, and I wore my Arsenal sweatshirt today.
I wore my Spinal Tap sweatshirt, so that has absolutely nothing to do
With sports.
with sports. That's right.
Just
Because it's finally getting cold enough that I can break out my sweatshirt collection. So I opted for this one.
Well, both my daughters played soccer for many years growing up, so I refer to myself as a recovering soccer mom.
I had a blog and podcast called Ranting Soccer Dad for a while.
I would
Yeah,
have
and I
enjoyed
coached
that.
Gabriel when he was young, and
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I coached my kids
Yeah.
for a while through rec league.
Where did this end up? Oh, here it is. Sorry, folks.
That is
trying to get for
trying
the
to
freeze,
freeze.
and
It's
it's
gonna be a
right there. It's a
hair
great
too
shot.
heavy.
But it wasn't?
It's still open.
Yeah.
They can hit it and roll, even roll in if they want, or just leave it there. It doesn't really matter. They can afford to give up a 2. Giving up a 2 here is not as bad as normally it is because of the lead that they have there. Giving up a 2 is the same as giving up a 1. It's just getting the hammer for yourself.
Maybe at 3 they would worry.
Well, it's
But
very
yeah.
narrow there. That's going to crash the guard.
Sweepers working a potential futility,
Uh-oh,
although yeah.
And it takes out their guard.
All right.
And leaves it open for yellow to attempt a draw for 3.
Red.
Red to attempt a draw for 3,
Oh.
which would bring them into an 8-6. Not too bad.
Yeah, they just have to touch the 8-foot or get partway into the 8.
Do we have any score updates from the other sheets?
I don't think they've been hanging their scores.
Let's see.
Well,
Yeah, we should have one from C, but we don't. Okay, so the final rock here on our feature sheet, sheet B. Sweepers are off it, so they think the weight is all there. Of course, they can bump into their own and use it as backing. Is it in there? It is in
Yeah,
there.
it's an easy 3 there.
Easy 3.
Wow.
Put it into the 4-foot, or possibly into the 4-foot. Let's make it even better than they need to be. So, as the English commentators like to say, since you're wearing your Arsenal shirt, game on. Now, granted, they're still down 2 without hammer, so not where you'd want to be if you were looking for the beginning of the game, but if you're looking for the beginning of that last end, that was about as much as you could hope for.
6-8. So no other updates from other sheets?
No,
Not yet.
and they've both finished their 4th end. They have not yet posted scores. At some point, I may have to start walking around with my sign where I bang on the glass and hold the sign up and say, what's the score?
Please hang the score.
Right. I was telling someone I was playing with the other day, I said, I know traditionally the vice is the one who hangs the score, but then when the vice is at the other end, score update on D. As I'm saying
Yes, you
that.
live and breathe.
There we go. That would be 2 for red, Trollskull Alley Sliders, so they have retaken the lead, I believe.
Yes.
So 4-3.
What happened here? They
Is it a hogged stone?
hogged stone. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
unfortunate.
They really needed a guard to try to steal.
Yeah.
Sheet C, they have, there's a gaggle of people standing in front of the scoreboard. So, but anyway, I was telling the opposing skip, I said, I'm just hanging the score because I hate it in the webcast when people don't hang it. The vice is at the other end of the ice and doesn't take care of it, and everyone else figures, well, it's not my job. But in a bonspiel like this, I don't care who puts it up. I'll run out and put it up myself. Well, no, I won't because I'm not wearing my shoes.
Not where, yeah.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't run on the ice anyway.
Right, and again, yeah, I don't have my ice sleds back from under. In fact, I have to tell people now, I will not sweep anything that's takeout weight. I just don't feel that confident moving around on the ice right now.
I used to.
Yeah.
Okay. Will this go?
He wanted a center line guard. He got a corner biter.
Right.
Yeah. 12 foot it is.
Oh, okay. I just managed to peek and catch the score on sheet C. Yellow now has 5.
Okay, we'll update
So-
that in a moment.
So they got 3 in the
Fourth end.
in the 4th end. So they
So
have
it's
come back
steal
from
of
3-0 down and, yeah, stolen 3. So keep calm and Curry on now in the lead. As the Butts County.
They
Butts
just
County
scored a
team.
3, so now they're up
They're up
5 to 3.
5-3.
Okay.
So a big change of momentum there in the game that we're not really watching because we're watching this.
Sheet
Focusing
B.
on the feature sheet, which I actually kind of prefer to do because I feel like if you try to watch too much of 3 games at once, you end up not doing any game particular.
Well, hold on a second.
justice.
How's this shot for you?
Confusing, but yeah. If it comes to it, if we end up with some compelling shots in each of the games, yeah, we're getting now as we get near the end of each game, we might try to keep an eye out. As this
Again,
one
a
looks like
hog
this
line-
is
a
about the
hog
hog, yeah.
And they
Well,
really needed that
Well, teams
to
having
protect their rock that's in the rings.
both teams will have a lot of trouble judging the ice in this 6th end.
Yeah, or the
We've
ice
seen-
is changing
yeah.
so much.
Yeah, it was very cold early in the morning. I don't know how warm it is right now.
My computer says it's 39.
Yeah, when I left the house, no, when I walked my dog this morning, it was 21, so it was
Ooh.
very
Ooh.
cold.
I think you must live farther north than I do, but I was about 27.
Mine said 30. I live south. Or
I am down in Vienna, Virginia, which is a little warmer than here, but not much. And we have
Whoops, here
hit
we
for
go.
red. That's why they needed the guard.
And that's going to stick in the rings there.
Stuck there.
Now trying to use the opponent's guard to your advantage.
One good thing about this being our feature game is that it is moving at a considerably faster clip than the other games are. Although the hammer is being delivered on C, it looks like. This will be for Colonel Lewis Morgan Porter, isn't it?
If it's a
It
red
is.
stone.
Yeah, it's Redstone. It's not Butts County.
And this
See-
doesn't look good.
That's a good draw.
Okay.
It's just a little bit over.
Yeah.
It's a good draw. It looks like a draw for 2, or possibly more. I can't see where
Oh,
the
on
other
sheet C.
on sheet C. Yeah.
All right,
It
I
looks
just
like
called
it's a
that
2
one.
red to tie the game.
Yeah.
Now here on the featured sheet, they're attempting to draw behind the guard.
And confirmation on sheet C, that was a draw for 2. Well executed there by Morgan Porter. Unless they've got an alternate in.
It's a heavyweight. I thought it would be a draw into it, but they're trying to take it out.
Are they going to chip it at all? No, they're not. And so it says, see, that's board. Yeah, as they're facing us, you have T-line weight, you have back-line weight, hack weight, board weight, warm room weight,
And out the door.
and then beltway weight. Or parking lot weight, I suppose, to be closer. Going the other direction, it's T, hack, board, chiller.
Yes.
We have a new chiller, very proud of it.
And more consistent ice, I believe. We were always trying to fight the ice to get it to be consistent. And with the new chiller, I think it's been easier for the ice team to get the ice in good playing conditions.
And we are, it has to be pointed out, an all-volunteer club. So we do all this. And when I say we, I mean Ken Ray and the Clausen family. And
Other volunteers.
Craig Marquardt and a few other of our great operations team.
Yeah, and a lot of the new folks who have joined the club this year have also stepped up to
We've had some enthusiastic newbies considering that we had a season off.
year and a half.
Yeah. We closed almost immediately after the club nationals in March 2020 and
You had to.
had to, and we weren't open all of last year.
And
So Although on the positive side, when I came back and went to my locker, I found $5 in my curling pants. I was actually wondering if I could put in for interest.
No.
No.
That's okay. I found something in my locker that.
Mold?
Hmm?
Mold?
Yeah, at least you don't leave any food
no.
in there.
No.
That could have been bad.
Whiskey?
It actually was a bottle of whiskey. And that is a present to someone else within the club.
Oh.
Sorry.
If you come on a Saturday morning when Kevin White is here, you may be treated to what he calls his magic elixir.
Uncle Kevin's magic.
I'm playing with him on Thursday nights, and it's always good after the games, win or lose.
As long as you're 21 and older. Okay, let's make sure we say that out loud.
Yeah, I think Kevin's above 21.
Well, yeah, Kevin is.
I'm over 21,
Yeah.
too.
So am I.
I
And
am.
Bo, are you? Yeah, you are.
I'm 51.
I'm older than you.
Yeah, Kevin. Kevin recently retired, in fact. So.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He was all happy.
Funny how that works.
Fill up the scores. Now, you may need to refresh my memory what happened over on C or D.
Well, C had the on C. Colonel Lewis Morgan Parter scored 2 with. It had a nice draw for 2 to close out the 5th end. Sheet D is still in the 5th end. It looks like only 7 rocks in play this time, although still more to be delivered.
I guess they haven't learned to take out.
I guess.
No, okay. So
Just
this.
a draw game.
Please verify the score on sheet C as in Charlie.
5-5.
Oh, it is 5-5. Thank you, and that's why I asked.
All right. On sheet D, it's 4-3, and they are still playing the 5th,
Ta-da.
as opposed to bleeding the 5th.
Yeah, and since we live in the metropolitan Washington, D.C. area, we're very familiar with that phrase. I'm sorry, Senator, I cannot recall that.
Well, at my age, that tends to be true sometimes. Though more with short-term things, much to my wife's consternation.
I said I would fix the drippy sink. You don't have to remind me every 3 months.
Yes, I need to clean out a light fixture outside, but that took lower priority than getting new crash cymbals for the drum set.
Is it?
As it should, absolutely, it's lower priority.
Yeah, your wife is listening,
Gotta
obviously.
sweep that to go around that guard, then into the house. That would be a great shot.
This is a
It
nice
did.
looking
Oh, yeah,
shot.
it's a very good protected rock.
That is
Ooh.
nice and
Full and 8, and here, let me give you a different view. Protected.
hit an egg roll in business now as they look for a steal that could get them in this game. They steal here, then even if they then force in 7,
They have a
they
chance.
can have a chance.
Oh, yeah. So we're very happy to have quite a competitive game here. We don't like one-sided games, are great if you're rooting for the winning team.
And of course, we're not rooting for anybody here.
No, we just want everyone to have a heck of a lot of fun.
So if you're rooting for Corey Dropkin last night, then that was a great game.
There you go.
That's right. I did not stay up to see the Tabitha Peterson, Corey Christensen game. I do know Tabitha Peterson, as expected, won that game.
No, thanks for telling me. I recorded it. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh,
Spoiler alert! No, just kidding.
also at the end of The Sopranos, it faced the
I know that series had a really dumb ending. Nobody really liked it. So be it. All right, this nice Yellowstone looks like it's being escorted down the sheet.
It's a little heavy.
Oh, now a little bit of sweeping going
Sweepers get on, trying to carve it in a little bit.
Trying to give it to
Ends
the
up curling a lot late.
Well, it does, but it rubs that red so it stays out exposed.
But it's shot.
It is, for the moment.
An easy takeout, right?
Yes.
What would be an easy takeout?
Right.
Yeah.
For someone more skilled than me.
Or me, or him. Oh, face it. Someone who has skills, period.
Well, if it were me playing the way I play, I would impressively get through and hit that rock, and then it would jam somewhere.
Mine would hit both. Hit
I
the
d-
red, make it shot rock, and yeah.
I had an end once where Keith Wood, one of the other organizers on Saturday, kept insisting that I call for my team to draw rather than hit. The other team wound up with about 6 in the house, and I was throwing against 6 and managed to take out one of them, go through a narrow port and take out one, but when I took it out, I sent it through the house and therefore removed the backing that it would have had. And I believe I was playing Chuck Bryan, and he just followed the same path and took mine out and scored 6 anyway, or 5 or whatever it was.
Got to sweep that. Oh, that's on the guard.
That is definitely
They
on the
really
guard.
needed to get to that.
All right, here we go. Ooh.
And
Indeed, it took out 2 red stones.
yeah, not a good result by any means. Because now you have a run back.
Although now part of the redstone is exposed. Since
But hitting that red would throw it right into the yellow there. Probably hit the yellow and go to the back, but they can't be sure depending on how much of it you hit.
Right. So would you play the run back here, Enrique?
Being yellow, I would play a draw, which is what they're
Would.
playing.
Okay. So why the draw instead of the run back?
Run back is always a harder shot because if you miss the angle by just 1 degree after it hits the first, then it's 2 degrees. So all your mistakes are doubled.
Whereas if they miss this draw, they're still shot. There is a red hanging out in there.
And you have hammer. Oh, this is hammer.
This is hammer.
Okay.
So that affects things a bit too.
So being shot, yeah, absolutely. You don't
Yeah.
need the run back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming right into that red.
Yeah, they could actually bump, if they were to bump that red in, they might, the sweepers,
Oh, they got to score their 1.
yeah.
Okay.
Taking the lead and being 3 ahead without hammer, 2 ends to play.
All right, so that was 1.
1 yellow.
Thank you.
So red, again, that's hit an egg roll from Centerville, Potomac, and see if we have new people. Okay, so we
Anything?
have
on
upped our audience up to 9 now, so it is the morning.
But no comments yet.
Oh,
no comments
yeah,
yet.
Tell us something. I mean,
It is early on a Saturday.
Let us know who you are, where you're tuning in from.
That's right. And
yes. Please, we will give your town a shout out and your curling club too. More than happy
Right.
to cheer any club.
But if you're just tuning in, I'll run through the lineups really quickly. In yellow, with a nice advantage at this point, 9-6. That is Eye of the Thai-ger. There are a lot of puns here involving Thailand because this is a Thailand-themed embassy row. They are from the Philadelphia Curling Club. The lead was Dave Stanuk, with Drew Sweeney second, Paul Badley on vice, and Drew Neal a skip. Hit an egg roll in red is Centerville, Wisconsin / Potomac. It's not as unusual a pairing as you think because they are all actually originally from Wisconsin. Heather Burton is the lead. Caitlin McQuistion is the second. Brent Burton is the vice, and Ian McQuistion is the skip. So on sheet C, yellow is Keep Calm and Curry On from Butts County. That's Ellen Finkelstein, Ken Finkelstein, Ryan Hooker, and Mark Steifenhofer. Red is Colonel Lewis Morgan Porter from Chicago and Racine. Sherry Ann de La Boise is the lead. David Bemis is the second. Gail Armstrong is the vice. Morgan Porter is the skip. Grant Robertson is the alternate. So we don't know if Grant is out there in place of someone else. Those are the 5 players listed on their roster. Sheet D, yellow is Naksu Tai, and yellow is trailing 4-3. That is Potomac team with Scott Pagendorn, Joe Assertion, Bruce Black. Again, we're glad to see Bruce after his COVID scare. And Bill Engman is the skip. They are playing Trollskull Alley Sliders from the Plainfield Curling Club. That's Kathy Stager, Rod Stager, John Gephardt, and Gennaro Monaco. Lane Gennaro is here a fair amount, isn't he? I recognize that name. I feel like he's here for a lot of our Bonspiels.
Could be. And just to refresh the memories of anyone who has joined us recently, this is the Potomac Curling Club at the National Curling Capital Center in the outskirts of beautiful Laurel, Maryland. And this is our Embassy Row Bonspiel. And every year we pick a different country.
Okay, we have Carla F.B. She's Drew Sweeney's girlfriend.
Oh, hi.
She doesn't understand much about curling, but she's watching the game.
Yay!
Well, Carla, we have a question for you. Can you tell us about these T-shirts and where we can get them?
All right, hold on.
That's Drew Sweeney shooting now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Drew Sweeney with a nice takeout. So,
Very
so
nice.
Carla, that was a good shot your boyfriend just threw.
Okey-dokey.
My wife has no idea what I do. I come home and say, we won the big spiel. Okay, that's good,
That's
right?
nice.
Yes, that's good. I believe this is an update on D, by the way. It looks like a steal of 1 for Trollskull to go up 5-3
Okay.
after a relatively quick fifth end after their previous ends have involved consultation of all manner of physics. And we did have a measurement.
Yeah. And for Carla, you may or may not know, a curling tournament is called a Bonspiel. So if you hear that word, you know what it means.
Right. And Scrapple is
Something that gets served at the Saturday morning breakfast extravaganza
right.
here at Potomac's. And as Bo said earlier, it is a great way to get an introduction.
That's right.
To curling.
So Carla, come on down.
Yeah.
And you'll get great instruction, or you'll have me and get a lot of bad jokes. And we'll give you some Scrapple.
If you want.
That's
We
right.
will not force it on anyone.
Yeah. And also, since you're from Philadelphia and don't want to be too far away from a Wawa, we do have a Wawa within a 10-minute drive. We just got a Wawa in my town of Vienna, Virginia. And we're
Oh,
thrilled.
really?
We are thrilled.
I got to tell you, we have a Wawa in Dunkirk, Maryland, and I'm telling you, it is the busiest restaurant, quote unquote,
In
in
town.
town.
Or
It
a
re-
place to grab food.
Yeah,
right.
it's very busy because everyone knows Wawa's the best.
Right. Good morning, Mindy.
We also have the Carlsons saying good morning to everybody.
That's
Oh.
one Carlson. She just puts her real name in her nickname.
Oh, okay.
So good morning, Mindy. Good morning, Michael. Michael, are you buying Scrapple for us now on Saturdays? Because I think that's my job, but I'll defer to you if you want. Have another fan of Drew Sweeney, and then we have Carla with the tear, the laughing tears emoji. All right, so what's going on in this game?
Oh, yeah, I guess we should
Back to the game.
back to the game.
Back to the
Yellow
game.
guards, 2 red guards, and I think they're throwing rocks.
Yes. And Carla, Drew's team is winning.
All right, and yay, here are the other scores as we know them.
Mm-hmm.
Still tied on sheet C.
Yeah, and tied on D2 because Natsu Tai has the hammer down just 2.
Oh, okay, well, then that score hasn't changed yet.
We also have brooms up at our club today and tomorrow. They brought their trailer like they usually do for our Bonspiels. So if you're in need of trying out some new curling gear and you're in the region, you can come here and buy your stuff here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if, one of your children or you yourself want to try or have tried and want to get some curling shoes, come on down.
My curling shoes are pretty old, so I'm going to see what he brought with him and see if I can get a new pair.
At Club Nationals, I bought a broom from Olympic and world champion veteran Debbie McCormick.
Yes.
Very nice woman.
I have bought my stick from her as well. Oh, my broom and stick.
And Carla is literally drinking Wawa coffee right now.
She really? Good for you, sweetheart. Good for you.
Michael's asking us if we know what times the vendor is going to be here. I hope he's here when I'm finished my broadcasting,
At least
because I want to go out and get some stuff.
Yeah,
I'm going to assume 4 or
least
5
it-
o'clock.
Until 4 or 5, or
That's
starting at 4 or 5.
Oh, he should be here in the evening when everyone's been drinking and wants to buy stuff.
All right, well, we will find that out
That
for
get
you.
pulsed by.
Yeah. On our feature sheet, that was a very nice draw as Hit and Egg Roll tried to set up multiple here. Michael, not sure if you heard earlier, but Tim Leroy is here wearing a "You Can Bribe Me with Scrapple" T-shirt. So, Scrapple, not a traditional food in Thailand, I would imagine.
Oh, you know, but the folks in Philly also have it, so it's not new to
Oh, of
them.
course, it's an upper mid-Atlantic thing, absolutely. So, are they targeting that red? Or are they?
I think
trying-
that with that weight, they're probably going for another draw there. Or just a run back. It's not really a, well,
Ooh.
it's
They
got
could end up tapping their yellow onto the forefoot.
a nice promote. A little bit heavy there,
Yeah.
and it's exposed in the back.
Well, that
Okay.
could still be
Overhead looks like it's a yellow, yellow, red.
So they've. Oh yeah, they've opened a path to hit that red. So some tricky times here. As Brent Burton is the lefty throwing his last rock, their sixth of the end.
Might be able to get the hit and roll there, which would help them a lot to
They're
get shot
sweeping
rock.
hard to keep it on that line.
Yeah, it's coming back. It started curling a lot more after a couple of ends. In the beginning, it was running really straight.
Janine, have I given you the update on sheet C, where it is now 7-5 red after a steal of 2 in the sixth?
No. But I have it now.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, nice steal for Colonel Lewis Morgan Porter, which at one lead has gone kind of back and forth in that game, but the Chicago Racine Club is now up 7-5 over the capital of Scrapple, Butts County.
And Wawa coffee.
For Wawa Coffee, I would say it's more urban Philly. It's hard to say. You know, Philly, I think Philly has a Bonspiel this weekend.
They got the hit there, but they ended up jamming on the back.
Mm-hmm.
I think that now it's certainly first shot is yellow, but the second shot might be a measure between the red and the yellow there. So they're going to try to hit that shot rock, maybe roll inside to be behind that pair of rocks, the red-yellow rocks.
Let me give you a different view.
Yeah, that yellow we can see from the overhead is touching the forefoot. The other two are full 8, and yes, very close. Routine double?
That is not a very hard
No, because you would have to be curling and get to the inside of that yellow.
Yeah,
double.
but,
And that's the
slightly.
natural to get the roll, too.
but then
Yeah.
again, wouldn't you need Chris Plies to do that for you?
No, this is not a very hard
Oh,
double.
okay.
We got to do that once in a month or so.
Okay.
It's all about percentages. There are shots that a club curler might hit 10% of the time that Chris Plyce hits 80% of the time.
Yeah. As long as that 10% is
Yeah.
exactly when you need it.
It's good weight for that ice. They're waiting for it to curl. It might be,
I think it's wide.
yeah, it's wide. So they're going to end
Alright.
up taking that, not getting the roll that they wanted and not getting the back one.
No, but they took out a yellow scoring
Yeah,
stone.
they took out the one that was definitely shot, so they might be lying one right now.
I would go, yeah,
Yeah,
I think that his call is the right call to try to go with a lightweight hit and hit that red there.
Sorry.
Or at
There
least
you
tap
go.
it back a little bit.
Yeah, that would certainly ensure that it is not shot. And when you're not sure of who's shot, this is Well, it's probably a good shot to play in any case, even if it weren't shot, because if you can lock onto it.
Drew for the Olympic team, yes or no? I think that it's too late for that. They're already deciding who the Olympic team is going to be.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, yeah, it's game 2 is tonight. Corey Dropkin can clinch an Olympic berth if he defeats the 2018 gold medalist John Schuster. Meanwhile, yellow has accomplished pretty much what it needed to.
Red's out.
Took out the
and
red.
his 2 rocks are still in the house.
Although that red one was still in play, but it was kicked out of play. Unless it was still moving, which I didn't think it was.
I think it was going out fairly easily.
Okay, it must have been.
Yeah. So the best that the Centerville Potomac Club hit and egg roll can do here is to score 1, which will put them down 9-7 without hammer. Yeah, a multiple here would have made it pretty interesting. As this now, I think we're going to be looking at fairly routine. And of course, he has to make this draw. If he doesn't make this draw, I think we're going to be looking at handshakes or elbow bumps or whatever they're doing.
Okay. We have an update. We do not know the exact times the brooms up person will be available. However, if you come on down, we'll entertain you as best we can.
Excellent. And that was a hit for 1. Hit for 1, so it is 9-7.
And if the stairs are there, just knock on the door if the door isn't already open. Because it is a little chilly today.
So he is out in the trailer rather than setting up things in here then.
No, they're set up in the trailer. They're not setting up in
Okay.
here.
Okay.
All right.
It's pretty spacious. You can go there. And
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It looked like a fairly big trailer. All right, so our feature game is 9-7 going to the 8th and final end. So the red team from Centerville Potomac hit an egg roll needs a steal of 2 to send this to a tie-breaking draw Steal of 3, they would win. Every other result is out. I think
Oh, sorry. I was going to answer Michael's question. When we say shot rock, means that it's the rock that's closest to the center of the circles.
Yeah. As in it's in the best scoring position. Ooh, that was quick. That has some weight to it.
So red right now is shot. It may very soon not be. And there it goes. So yellow is shot just barely.
And as you see, Michael, it's just a little bit on the 12-foot circle. We call that a biter.
Yep. And red wanted that first stone to be a guard.
If they're out front.
Absolutely, yeah. Try to set something up here.
Yeah, you can't take out your opponent's guards until after 5 rocks have been thrown.
In that
So
end.
that's how the guards become very important, getting them right. If you get them in the house or as a biter, then they can be hit and taken out of play.
In fact, one of the few times, I believe the only time you can do a measurement before the end of an end is to get out the biter bar and see if it's biting so you can determine whether or not you can hit it. And yes, the free guard zone recently, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, moved from 4 to 5.
The five rock rule.
Right, and they are experimenting now with a rule that limits the number of ticks you can play. And a tick shot is when you have a guard, and if you have John Landsteiner, who's John Schuster's skip, or someone.
Landsteiner's the lead.
Landsteiner's the lead, you're correct. And if Landsteiner can hit these shots, I can't imagine hitting shots where you tick a guard and just move it out from where it is without taking it out of play. They are experimenting with a no-tick rule. And Enrique, is that something that you have seen and have an opinion on at your level of play?
I think I'm going to wait to see what happens. I think they're trying it out at Worlds, and we're going to see. I think that it's overruling the game a little bit, but when you get players that are as skilled as the players playing Worlds and Olympics, it starts getting a little bit crazy on how often they can make that shot. So a well-placed guard is not the guard anymore because your opponent can just tick it out of guard position and off to the corner where it's not going to protect anything. But it's a high skill shot, so why outlaw it?
I was going to say, I disagree. I think, as you said, adding too many rules, not needed. I mean, play is play.
And trying to look into it here, and it looks like the no-tick shot rule would apply only to rods that are touching the center line.
Really?
Yeah, and
Yes.
also some rules have, some places have tried it only in the final end. I think that just seems overcomplicating to me.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it's already, I mean, you bring your beginner in and it's already tough enough to explain some of the rules. It's already tough enough to explain who can sweep beyond the tee line, and really tough to explain the free guard zone. As, well, Carl, you'll be happy to know this.
Anyone can sweep behind the tee line.
Yes.
Yep. Carl, that's right. And
Even your opponent's rock.
and use hockey, you use hockey checks to get people out of the way.
That's a good rule.
That's a good rule.
Extreme curling.
That's right. Carl, you'll be happy to know that even though Drew slipped on that shot, it was actually not bad.
No.
It took out the red that was in play, and yeah, at this point, Yellow's task is pretty simple. Just don't have red rocks in scoring position. In fact, they probably would have liked it to be more open than this.
To be able to hit whatever goes in the house.
Right.
Now, red tried this draw, but the red rock is exposed. So
Yeah.
it's not too hard to hit it.
Yeah, in fact, if
No,
I were Drew
not.
Neal, I would not have swept there because I would have preferred to leave that red even more exposed.
Although right now isn't, well, no, it's red is shot rock. They're closest to the center.
Yeah, I wouldn't have worried about whether red was shot rock. I would have worried about whether it was, easy to hit.
Red needs to steal 2 to tie the game.
And Carla, this is a big shot for Drew. If he takes out this red, they're in very good. With commentators like these, who needs wingmen? I don't.
Sorry.
So.
Enough to take it out.
All right, Carla, he made it. Who needs wingmen? I don't know let's see. I think of wingmen in terms of picking up women, which I, even though I.
Or Top Gun.
Or Top Gun, that's right.
Good Lord.
There's actually a good comedy sketch in which someone points out that Barack Obama would have been and could be one of the best wingmen ever because he's such a smooth talker. But anyway, moving on from that, I won't regale you with depressing tales of my days being single. Fortunately, I found the love of my life at age 26, and we've been together ever since.
Wonderful.
Yep. In fact, we'll have been dating / married for 25 years. No, we have been dating / married. I forgot what month it was. So, so we've been dating / married for 25 years.
Just don't remember the wedding anniversary date, okay? Just don't forget that.
July 31st,
Oh, okay.
1999. It's the more difficult part now is doing the math to remember how far back that was. Yeah, I remember my anniversary. How long have I been married? Okay, let's see. Subtract the. Yes. All right. And 3 sweepers trying desperately to bury this red, and it's not going to be buried.
As you can see, it is
And it's not even
exposed,
shot, so that
No.
means that the yellow rock is
No.
closer to the center of the rings.
which,
And it's open, so it can't be taken out.
yeah.
Andres Fausto-Berman tells us that Drew slipped on purpose.
Oh,
I actually have thrown some pretty nice shots when slipping. By the way, I have an update on sheet C. This game, we just saw a second straight steal for red. That is now 7 to whatever number that, 8 to 5.
there you go, there you go.
Yeah, so the yellow team there, keep calm and curry on from Butts County.
Scored.
In rough shape here, but they do have Hammer down 3.
And
Wait, so that score is what again? Oh, okay, red got one more.
Yeah, that is 8-5 in favor of Colonel Lewis Morgan Porter from Chicago and Racine.
And one more attempt by hit an egg roll to curl around the guards and be protected by the guards.
Trying to bury
They
it.
need to wait a little bit and maybe sweep on the outside to get it to tuck behind a little more. Yeah, that's right now. It's still out there in the open. They
Yeah.
oh,
Wow,
it
it
did get
made
a
a
lot
nice
to curl
little.
again, so it's half buried.
Yeah, it made a nice little swirling motion there, as you sometimes get there. So, from your position, Enrique, half buried?
Half buried.
Half buried.
Exactly half the rock.
Okay.
But unfortunately for them, Eye of the Thai-ger has been hitting very well.
Yeah, they have been making these shots. Paul Badley in particular, and Paul Badley is the one who has the rock in hand. Well, he's released it already. They're playing fast. They can finish this in, no matter, they will make it inside the time limit. Oh my goodness.
I just said that they were hitting well, and then this rock flashed.
Commentator jinx.
Gives a chance to red to, they're thinking about putting a guard there.
Yeah. Paul Badley with a little bit of a broom thump on the ice after that. Obviously not happy. So
they're thinking about the guard there or freeze, or maybe it's a good idea to just tap it and put it farther behind all that cluster of guards there.
Yeah, sure. Tap their shot rock, leave the shooter in as second.
As bait.
A sacrificial shooter.
Yeah. Because then that shot rock will be very difficult to get to, especially because there's not even an angle for a run back that I see. If they can get it on the other side of the center line.
Now, with the way those two yellows are set up,
right?
If they can put their red behind that.
Yeah.
This is their 7th rock.
And the light hit that would push that red in there would put the other red pretty much at the edge of the 8-foot circle, and it's not easy to hit out there.
And have for something to go sideways, yeah.
Right. Weight looks good.
As the two young ladies are, well, they were escorting it. Now they're going to sweep. Make sure it gets where
Got to
it's
get some
supposed to
separation
go.
there to avoid having the easy double.
Oh boy, this is
going to be the guard.
Light.
No, it's going in the house. Just.
Did they get? No, they did not get second shot out of that.
No.
But
they are happy with it.
Yeah, but depending on they've guarded shot rock. That is not an easy double because of the yellow guard.
Yeah, depending on the angle of the hit, would shoot the red across the center line to the other side. And it's very hard to get the nose hit that would give them the double.
Right.
There's the other side double that they can get the inside of the shot rock.
Trying to see where they place the broom for Drew Neal here. This is parking lot weight. Just move granite is the idea. It's going to, oh my, got one, exposed the other red. That's looks like a pretty good result.
Yeah.
When you're just trying to stop a steal of 2.
So what do you do now? Your ideal shot would be to draw behind, but you're leaving one exposed, right? So all they have to do is hit it out of play, and you can't steal your 2.
Yeah, I don't see a better shot than that, though. I don't see there's a way they can get 2 under guard.
Well, unless you.
Or are they thinking about putting a rock immediately in front of their shot rock?
If they do that, then you do the nose hit, then you take out the back one, right?
Yeah, I would think that if you put 2 rocks even touching each other there, then all you have to do is touch the front one, the back one goes. So you give up a steal of 1, but who cares?
The call is for a draw behind the guard cluster,
exactly.
and hoping for a miss on yellow's last shot.
Right.
At this point, you have to hope on a miss, and it doesn't depend on you anymore.
Right. There's no shot you can throw now that does not depend on a miss from the opposition.
I think that's a little bit narrow.
Yeah, sweepers are on it already. If this is not second shot, the game's over.
And it's already on the guards.
Yeah. All right, this is going to be it.
Yep.
I think we're going to see
handshakes
here. And the official score, I've actually looked up what the official score is, and I can go over the whole rule with you, Janine, but basically the bottom line here is I believe this end will be officially
one red.
No, this will be officially an X.
If they shake before the last rock is thrown.
Right, and apparently they're not going to do that. So
let's get the score.
So a fairly meaningless last rock in here, unless he is magically able to accidentally tap his opponent's rock
out of the way.
Yeah.
Hey, stranger things have happened on the ice, so.
I don't know about that.
If I have to throw that, I would just throw it across the sideline, just to make sure that they don't do any damage.
That seems pretty close. Well, they're sort of going for that shot anyway.
There's no
Actually, yeah, they're going to hit this, and the scoreline's going to end up being really lopsided. I'm not sure how tiebreakers come into this because it is pool play.
I think
4 yellow there.
Yes, I believe that's 4 yellow.
Yeah, it is, because that one's biting. So if I'm not sure how the tiebreakers work here, I'd have to ask Christine, who is behind me. Christine, can you come in and talk to us about tiebreakers for a little bit? Okay, so was it a big advantage up there for yellow to score 4 and end up 13-7? No, it was not.
Here, let's. So.
Aha.
Okay, let's.
So okay.
Christine, here's a replay. Oh, sorry, I missed it.
Well, we should switch over to sheet C, which is closer to finishing.
And then red missed, so that was 4 yellow. Okay. Yeah. Okay, final.
So on the tiebreaker here, Eye of the Thai-ger, whose game we just saw, looks like they have the closest shot, right? At 5.125?
Yes,
out of this pool. So Eye of the Thai-ger plays pretty well here, although they have to hope for a loss from no tie games, I believe. Skipped by, let's see who's skipping that team. Oh, it's Michael Dobbs.
Oh, goodness.
Congratulations, Christine.
I told him he can't win because it's going to look like a...
All right.
There's no way you can rig a draw like this, Christine. So, again,
so this is
Christine, the better half of the couple with Michael Dobbs. Except at curling, she points out, because
We were going head-to-head as
well, Michael is a fantastic player, and again, Michael, the champion of the 2020 Big Spiel, even though he had me playing lead. So, okay, sheet C, we have this situation. Keep Calm and Curry on from Butts County needs to score 3 with hammer. They have 3 in the house.
No, it's 3 red rocks in the house.
Indeed, it is 3 red rocks in the house. So, not really well placed here. I'm being distracted because someone's reading the lunch menu behind me. Of course, it's Thailand, so pretty much anything that would be served would be too spicy for my stomach.
I think they may. Keeps those of us in mind who can't do spicy.
Those of us who are not Christine's age, you're saying?
Well, as Carla may or may not know,
Taste buddedly challenged.
I grew up in Lancaster County, and we didn't use a heck of a lot of spices. Okay, hold on. The cameras are not cooperating exactly the way I want, but here we go. This is sheet C. And uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure what. That took out 2 of their own.
2 of their own.
I think they were going for that yellow up front, but
I think
it was
so.
white.
Yeah, it was just a miss.
Yeah. Obviously, still a very difficult shot for yellow. We are on skip rots. Yellow needs to get these next two in the house and out counting the red.
So is this yellow? Oh, this is yellow's 7th stone.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Got to keep the computer updated.
I think they can get that double, right? They need the double,
Oh.
otherwise they can't win the game.
Wow, miss, you're right. Oh, there's the overhead.
Okay, so look at the overhead of sheet C.
The gimme double.
Yeah. Now there is that guard on the far side. It's keeping it, okay. Okay. Now you can see the situation where
It's
yeah
possible.
they can still get just left of nose and get both of them moving, but of course they have to do that while keeping their yellow in play, because again they need all three of their rots to stay in. If this rot goes out of play, it's over.
A nose hit would get the double, but they would be very exposed there, and their other rock is already exposed.
Right. So do you just hit one here and hope that you still have a path to hit the other one later?
I think
With the
you
last
go
rot?
for the double, or you go for the other double that shoots across, and you can hide behind that yellow guard there.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Certainly an up-weight shot here.
Uh-oh, that camera isn't aligned. Sorry, folks.
Close to parking lot weight. And it's going to hit to
Giving
the
you the
inside of this one and roll too far, and that
Ouch.
should
That's
do
the
it.
end of the game.
That's the end of the game.
So that
Are they just going? Well, no, they're going to play out the end.
They can still try something with a promote, but that red there. Now
Okay.
their path to victory is red misses their shot, flashes outside, hits their own, and both reds go out, and then they have to do a split on one of the two guards to get two more in the house, and then they have to win by getting closest to the button on the skip shots.
We did see a situation once where a young Potomac team playing on sheet C, there was only one shot they could play that would give the other team a chance of a steal of three and a win. And they went for it. Because it was one of those shots where if it was the first end, maybe you take that shot. If you look at the scoreboard, you never play that shot, but they were sort of going by what they thought was the book in their head. Anyway, here comes that
And you
red
see
rock.
Morgan's shot. Let's see if it curls enough to hit that yellow rock. It looks like it does.
overhead shot.
And
does.
that is the game.
And they will fist bump, and we will put X's on the board for that last end. Because you only score, I looked this up, you only score the last end if it's necessary, basically. So if it's 7-7 and you have a team that's lying one and doesn't throw its last rock, then you count whatever was in the house at that point. All right, so over to sheet D. Oh, to give some updated results here, I have the Thai-ger now has, I see someone's already updated it, is now 2-1.
Uh-oh.
Hit and egg roll drops to 1 and 2. Keep calm and curry on is in the red pool. The other pool, they have one win. Colonel Lewis Morgan Porter just won their first, it looks like. I'll give more of a standing update when we're totally done. So on sheet D,
Trying to get the cameras.
we have Naksutai from Potomac. They are yellow. They are down 5
And
to
they're
3.
handshakes now.
Are they?
And whatever happened just happened already.
Yeah, sorry, folks. Trying.
So
There is fist bumps?
yeah.
Okay.
So it appears that Trollskull Alley Slide has When did they throw their last? Okay, there were still rots to be thrown. So, the final score there, it appears, is 5-3.
So
6-3
all right.
6-3. Yes, 6-3.
Okay. Thank
after 6.
Oh
and
yeah,
7
yeah.
minutes.
So 6-3. Yep, got it.
6-3. Got
Okay,
it.
so our final scores here. I have the Thai-ger 13-7. Colonel Porter. There are more names in there. Colonel Porter 8-5 or keep calm and curry on. Trollskull Alley Sliders. That was their first win. Natsutai had come in with 2 wins. So, you may have to watch tonight to get into tie-breaking scenarios because the standings here are going to be very tight. We'll tell you that in our next session, we will have, as I see someone going through and updating things, you will be seeing Keep Calm and Curry on, the team that just played and lost on Sheet C from Butts County. They will be playing the Revengers, who are from Potomac, with David Schlanger as a skip.
Oh, he's a good player.
That will be our feature game on Sheet C. We'll be seeing We're Here for the Pad Thai, skipped by one of the great gentlemen of this club, Alan McNeil.
Well, he's not here because he is officiating the Olympic trials in Omaha.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So his team is playing here, and then Kennedy is skipping.
Dan is skipping. Okay.
I'm
good
like,
to
where
know.
is? I was talking to them last night, and I said, but where is Alan? And they point to the TV, and Alan's sitting behind
Yeah, we.
behind the sheet that they're showing on TV.
Where there was a measure, and I got so much more excited than for any of the shots. I was like, I hope it's Alan.
Well, I've
Cur-
seen Linda has done a measure
Well,
too.
yeah, curling night.
Measure on TV,
Curling night in America.
terrifying.
Yeah, not this year, but last year, I believe. Linda, and were you and Michael down there as well? Okay. So Christine and Linda Kirkman from this club were on TV. In fact, we had something whenever people saw Linda Kirkman on TV, they go, Linda, and drink. That turned out to be a very bad idea because she was standing right next to the feature sheet. So every time the camera panned to the scoreboard end, you would see Linda. So on your screen now, you see this is Christine. She is one of the organizers here. And Janine is hiding.
Yep. That's
Janine
my
is
thumb.
hiding.
That's my thumb.
That's
Oh,
me.
That's Bo.
Hi.
Enrique, you got to get in here, dear.
All right.
There we go. Woohoo!
All right. So
oh,
this is.
in the back is Tim.
Hi, Tim. Tim, show your T-shirt. Tim, come show your shirt.
Show your shirt.
Come here. All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in for this one. The next session, what's the time on that, Christine? 12:45?
Yeah.
All right, so I have time to eat.
A good break.
All right.
And to go look for those new curling shoes.
I could even go eat at the Wawa if
Yeah.
but I'll surely eat here. Thank you all for tuning in, and that was the team that brought you this game. The team, I will be here for the second as well. Janine, are you here for that one too?
Yes, I am.
I'm leaving now.
All right, Enrique,
Aw.
thank you so much for being with us. That was, of course,
It was a
Brazilian
lot of fun.
International Enrique Kamenich.
Yes, and a
Yes.
wonderful extra flavor.
Yes, I believe we have Dylan. Let's see who is on here.
Dylan.
Yes, Dylan Klensky will be commentating with you, Janine. I will be operating. If we want to switch, we can switch. But anyway, it'll be Dylan, Janine, and me for our 12:45 session today.
And now I have to figure out how to stop streaming.
Thanks to everybody who tuned in and watched this. It was fun for us. I hope it was fun for you also.
Any closing comments in the chat? What's the score on Sheet D? Well, it just in 6-3 is your final for Trollskull Alley Slide, the club from Plainfield, or the team from Plainfield Curling Club, over Natsutai, the team from Potomac. So,
Say goodbye.
yeah, given the last name Monaco, I'm going to guess that you are related to Gennaro Monaco. So congratulations, your team has emerged victorious from there.
Okay.
All right.
Goodbye. We'll see